Everybody, it's Victus. Time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Well, we are here with a new month, new week, new day. Welcome to the final month of 2025. December is upon us, everybody, and we are also only one away, speaking of one away from the like streak goal of missing no week happening starting next Sunday. All we need is one more video. It could be this one. Hitting 2,000 likes or more, and we will be doing the theme week next Sunday through Saturday. Should be a lot of fun. I know that we're going to make it this week, so let's get it done. Let's get her done. Here's your picture of the day submitted here by Marsupial2. Title of the thread was Sacred Heart. And then in the thread, they said, just went on a trip and found the Sacred Heart section. That looks so awesome. I would love the littlest one on the far left. The one that's in the middle row, that one's probably my favorite, along with the big one, of course, with all the angels and everything. It looks so cool. I love that kind of art, and I don't know what type of art that actually, what genre that is, but I've always appreciated the sort of biblical, angelic look and theme of that type of art style. So thank you very much, Marsupial. Yeah, let us know what museum that was, because that's pretty cool. Oh boy, we got Boyle Baby, 1 Foxtrot Romeo Zulu, Mike Zulu, 1 Papa. We've got Boyle Baby, and we also have the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is going to give us basically a random active item, and it could be good, it could be bad. It's usually nothing. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's, well, I don't want to say sometimes, occasionally, the Dead Sea Scrolls can be good, but the reason why I do not like Boyle Baby is because it fires independently of Isaac, it shoots in random directions, and the game does absolutely nothing to differentiate between Isaac's tears and Boyle Baby's tears. So it really is just not a good item. It's not a good follower, and it causes more problems than it solves. It's one of those type of items. So we'll be looking to try to hopefully maybe get a reroll. That'd be nice here. Maybe we can get something like that from the Dead Sea Scrolls. I don't remember if it can actually reroll you or not, but here's the hoping. Movement speed is not good. Our damage is literally just base Isaac damage at 3.50. Tears rate's kind of low. Our shot speed's okay. Our luck is terrible. It's actually negative right now, which I never understood. Like, why allow the player's luck to go below 1? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, we're starting out with Cupid's Arrow, which is going to just give us piercing shots, but that can be huge early game, especially when we're going up against anything that's shielded from the front, like Knights or Infamies or anything like that. It's just going to be universally good. So hopefully we can get a good, just a solid tier effect. Wow. A solid tier effect that can go along with that. I can't believe that Monstro shot sailed that far. I actually got it confused with the Boyle Baby shot for a second. And our movement speed definitely being so low is not helping things. Here we go. All right. You know, I know that the secret room is here. I'm not going to use our only bomb, though. Ooh. Well, I saw the shiny rock glow. The shiny rock said there's something here. So let's see what it is. And it appears to be a crawl space. This time it's definitely not a it's not a crawl space to go down the next floor. It's definitely one with a ladder. So if you don't know what just happened there, the reason why that pot glowed is because of the fact that we have the trinket that we've got right now, the shiny rock, and it will show you exactly where stuff is hidden, which can be helpful. In all the years I've been playing this game, excuse me, it's not really one that I've taken all that much, just because I can usually find something better. Ooh. Now, Red Candle. Oh, man. Red Candle would be very sick. For some reason, I envisioned that spawning a greed fight. I was ready to just be out the door. Okay, so there is a soul heart in here, which is good. That's going to determine whether or not I want to get Red Candle, and I will. But first, let's go fight the boss with 2 HP before we go down to 1. I mean, Mishap's going to do absolutely nothing. And Dead Sea Scrolls has failed to provide us with anything useful, although it did get us a singular penny from the Mega Troll Bomb from Mr. Boom that laid before we found out that pot was glowing. Hoping for Squeezy here, something that's going to give us HP, but also give us a much-needed Tears upgrade. Mooch speed? Yeah, Mooch speed. We can increase the speed at which we mooch from people. movement speed would also be kind of nice. Even basic HP would be good. Basically, the only thing actually, no, we could even, our range is actual doo-doo. 5.07 is really, really low. I just now realized that. So yeah, we cannot possibly get a bad item here, no matter what. Wow. All right. Thank you, Boyle baby. Thank you for shifting Dingle's trajectory there. So we get a basic HP upgrade. Maybe we'll get a soul heart one time. Book of Sin gave us a singular penny. All right, so an entire floor's worth of Dead Sea Scrolls, and it gave us 2 cents. Now what we can do is we can go down here, and we're going to go grab the red candle. Red candle is not perfect, but it's better than Dead Sea Scrolls. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn back around. I'm going to take Mother's Kiss so we can get the Devil Deal on the next floor. Excuse me? Anyway, I'm going to go back up to the shop because I want to do one more thing before we leave this very long first floor here, and that's to do this. Well, I was hoping there was going to be a nickel out of there, but oh well. So not bad, not bad. I'm glad that we got a better active item and we got a little bit more HP, so that's good. Curse of the Lost. We're going to last week's question of the episode. This one coming in from King Panda _, who said, question of the episode, do you think when you use the Ace of Clubs that you have a higher chance of getting a double bomb from enemies or from enemies that split when defeated? Yes. I think that's something that I thought existed already. I screwed up. Yeah, don't use red candle on Claudius because for whatever reason it makes them stronger. Don't ask me why. That's a Zombolas question. But yeah, I think that you should get double bombs from double enemies if you use Ace of Spades, Ace of Clubs, or Ace of Diamonds, whatever. It just makes sense because you're basically essentially eliminating 2 mobs at the same time. So why not get double bombs, double keys, double coins? Even the Ace of Hearts, you know, go ahead and give us the Ace of Hearts, double hearts. Why not? See if we can get enough for a premium item here. We actually don't have any movement speed. We actually don't have any keys at all. So there's no way without us playing Monty that we can get into the shop or the item room currently, and that's no bueno. Blood Bag is going to just give us a regular old HP upgrade, but it comes with a very, very nice associated speed upgrade. I am happy to take. But we need a Yave. We need a Yave, we need a Bomba, we need lots of stuff here. Of course, people were commenting on the Cassius thumbnail. I'm surprised. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because it's a very popular game right now, but a lot of people saw that it was Cassius from Chaos Zero Nightmare, and yes, I'm still playing, and the game's only getting better. It's crazy how good that game is. I know I've talked about it a lot, but still, it really truly is amazing to see how a gacha game, which by the way, they do have a PC client. I don't remember if I've said that or not. They do have a PC client. That's what I've been playing on. Oh my gosh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Mom's Kiss first. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. We're going to go bop. And then bop. And I did that out of order. Either way, this will allow us to continue to have 2 HP. I did that out of order. I meant to do it the other way, but I was too busy talking about CZN. 1 bomb and 1 key gets us everything that we want. Because we have this room over... Yeah. Over... No, not it. Incubus is going to be a nice little damage upgrade for us. Of course, it copies all of our tiers. There's the tinted rock, but that's not what we want. We want that room that had the golden chest in it. I thought it was over here, but it's not. This 1 bomb gets us 2 keys, essentially. Well, it gets us 1 key, but it gets us 2 golden chest, and I think that is worth. Ooh, that was close. I think that is worth gambling on. Still have not found the shop or the item room yet. And we can actually go in here to see. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's more HP. We really, really didn't have to lose that that life there on 9 lives, but oh well. I misplayed that. Yeah, you see the problem though with Boil Baby. It's you saw it against Black Dingle, and you're seeing it against the Gurglings. Basically, anything that charges or is in the air, and Boil Baby adds another level of jostling. And we are still looking for the item room in the shop, which means that they are right next to each other. Unless we've seen it and I didn't notice. Yeah, I've seen it and I didn't notice. I'm going to go into Ye Olde Curse Room. Since we already have one of Guppy, we're going to get 5 bombs. We have 1 of 3 for Guppy with 9 lives. Pops Curse going to give us poison bombs plus 5. We're up to 7 bombs now. Now we can go back into that big room and get this here Soul Heart. Yep. Let's open it as a Soul Heart. And now we get to try to find out where those dang golden chests were. Okay, so here is the item room, obviously. The only room we haven't been to. I guess I did see the shop at some point. Oh, mama. Wafer makes sure that we only take half damage from things, and that is incredible. And this is the reason why I wanted to go into this room here. As now we can get not only the keys, we got everything, but we're also getting a Soul Heart as long as I have a non-empty, as long as I don't have an empty Red Heart container. But where the hell is the shop? There it is. Okay. Grab that, do that, Bingo Bango Bongo. We definitely want to see if we can get another Yave, and we didn't, but we got a couple bombs, so that's fine. Good. Good. We're looking sturdy here. And we got a new month, lots of new patrons as well. Thank you, everybody. A lot more people signing up after I mentioned the randomizer access. And I need to get better at that, admittedly. I need to get better at just reminding people, hey, by the way, if you're interested in the randomizer or merch or anything like that, I gotta make sure I stay on top of it. And it really is just, it's not in my nature to self-gloss or promote or anything. Myself, anyway. I don't mind promoting friends and products and that sort of thing, but myself, I've always been just kind of weirded out. Not weirded out, but just uncomfortable. Saying, hey, by the way, I made this awesome thing. Come check it out, you know? Now, I don't mind doing that for our music because it's not just me, it's also Mark. Like the new podcast that Shy has, which we did a theme for. Shy of Adeptus Ridiculous Podcast. Adeptus Ridiculon. Super Singer, maybe it is. Guy came to us a few months ago and asked if we would do another theme, and of course we'd love to do so. We've done a few songs for Shy now. The Bricky Crew. Give me the death card, I guess, because we're about to go into a big room. Eventually we'll find something, or not. Ooh, that's going to be 2x rate for familiars, including Incubus. Honestly, we got everything that we needed out of Mom's Kiss, so I don't mind losing it. It is something that you can use for devil deals. It just goes away if you consume the heart container. You can't just pick it down, pick it up again, and it give you the same thing, like after you burn that that container. I mean, keys are still kind of a problem here. We do get a stars card, which is good. I mean, it allows us into the item room, but we're going towards the boss right now. We're seeing the tiers upgrade. Hoping that we just honestly just give me a key, please. Game. Definitely use some damage here. More movement speed is a must because obviously we just got done getting small rock. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get a key. This is where I normally would say that the super secret room is, but oh, hey, there we go. All right, so I am going to do the annoying thing and go all the way back to go find the item room. The reason why is because this teleport card that we have right now, the stars card, that represents us getting a free challenge room. So for example, I could use this key and go into this mob trap room or even go into this curse room. The curse room is actually a better idea because we only pay half price here. And we have another chance at a guppy item. But we're not going to get one. Stack of pennies is fine. Pretty much figure that we're going to have to do a full clear. There we go. Okay. Now we could and should go get the Hangman card as well. You never know when flying is going to be the difference between a banger run and a not so banger run. There's been many times where we see early rooms, even to the mid-game rooms, where there's an item sitting there, like a random magic mush or something like that we have no access to. So, not saying that's going to happen here, and of course it probably will now that I've spoken it into existence. But if it doesn't, just know that that's a fantastic use for the Hangman card. The Mega Maw. Mega Maw is still not really one of my favorite bosses in the world. But Red Candle pretty much shuts him down. And we get another HP upgrade. Curse the Blind. So this will be a nice good skip for us of a floor. And it's doubly consequential because we have the highest chance of getting a devil deal right now since the second floor. So hopefully it's just a Krampus fight and we get Lump of Coal. That'd be nice. No reason to go into a vault. I think we're just going straight to the boss here. It feels like it anyway. Yep. Stack of pennies is great. I mean, it's just a familiar that throws money at you. No problem at all. Absolutely worth the keys. To get the keys, it's worth the bombs is what I mean. What I mean, Secret Room could be here. I doubt it. Super Secret Room could be there. It is. Okay. Hang on now. Confessional booth. To get a soul heart out of here. There we go. Okay, we got a free soul heart. I'll take it. Wait, Bambino. A tinted rock right there. Yeah, we got the poison on him thanks to Bob's curse, so that's good. That's more bombas. No problem at all. Very clean fight. Did get a devil deal. We got eye drops, which is a nice tiers upgrade, something we desperately needed. And I doubt this is a guppy item. But it's sack dagger. We'll take a sack dagger. And we might as well go see if we can get anything else from the confessional like that. Like that. Oh my gosh. 3 in a row. That's some value right there. Look at that. We got some quality big time plays. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Back to back to back payouts. I see you, December. Okay, I see you. November is a thing of the past now, thankfully, and we're on our way. Figure it might be here, but I'd be surprised. It is there. I'll be surprised. Full charge does not matter. Charge key, okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking the so far so good for December. There goes Chubb. 2 keys for a whole bunch of bombs. Honestly, if we had more keys, it'd be a no-brainer, but we really don't need the bombs right now. Especially when they're just dropping randomly here. Get a super secret room, gonna give us a nice super secret Eternal Heart. And got a nickel for our troubles. Apparently they stacked right on top of each other there. This is the boss over here. Yeah. We're wondering why our tears are coming out like that is from eye drops. The reason why they're sort of staggered. I'm going to go back and go find the item shop since we know that we're not going to make boss rush here. As you see there, we just need a little bit more damage to kind of ambush these mobs before they even get a chance to act. Being able to walk through a door and the enemies kind of get their bearings, that is a huge Isaac circle. Oh my gosh. It's an Isaac racetrack right there. Being able to run into a room and just immediately start attacking is one of the biggest advantages that you'll have in Isaac over the game. When the mobs still haven't gotten their bearings yet, they're trying to lock onto the player and whatnot. That is your best chance to strike. Yeah, we'll take a trinket smelter. We'll take deep pockets, and we'll take the half price soul heart. Look at that. Look at us. Look at December going everything coming up Millhouse here. Ah, I stopped myself that time. Usually I walk right into those spikes, and it's war. All right. So we're not going to get any stat gains here. We're going to be really dependent on us getting a good Devil Deal tier effect or something. We'll head on down to the next floor. But shout out to the Mosh Pit patrons. I really don't thank you all enough. I mean, I know I read everyone's names at the end of every episode. And again, thank you to Limiting Zero, our head moderator for operations and everything. He's the one who helps curate the lists of Patreon. He does lots of Twitch stuff, lots of Discord stuff. And he's the one who puts together the list of names to read from the Patreon list. And we've had people with me since the start of the Patreon back in 2014. Some people have never broken that over 11 years now, and it's times like that whenever you realize stuff like that at A, how fast time can fly, and B, I wish there was something more that I could give to tell those especially that elite group of people thank you. As that's not an insignificant amount of money. A couple people from the start have been around the $25 to $50 level of support on Patreon all of that time. So it's a good chunk of change right there. And whenever I talk about that, people usually say something to the effect of, "We don't want anything. Just keep doing what you're doing," which I totally get. I mean, that's what everyone would expect, you know. You keep watching, I keep doing that sort of thing. But I always feel a little guilty because I feel like I could be doing more. to give back to the mosh pit. It's the reason why I started doing like giveaways, for example. Early on, when the channel was just getting started, it's easy for new YouTubers and streamers to kind of fall into that mindset of I just need to start offering things so people will follow me and watch me and sub to me maybe. And I was always kind of against that because it felt like you were just buying their affection, their growth and everything. And I wanted to do everything organically with no one's help, no one plugging my channel all the time, no giveaways or gift cards or anything like that. It's just not my style. But as the channel has progressed and then slowed down in growing, I made the switch to let's focus on the people who've been with us for a long time. The ones who show up to the streams every day, the ones who comment, leave, and share videos, that kind of stuff. Let's reward them instead of incentivizing new people, because I think that's disrespectful to people who've been with you since the start. And of course, most people won't feel that way, but that's just how my brain works. I always feel like I can be doing something more for the people who allow me to do this job. That's just the type of guy I am. So my focus really shifted from let's stop. Of course, I want to incentivize new people and grow, but let's not forget about the people who've been with you since the start. And that's sort of always been my sort of mantra, to make sure that I always give thanks to the people who, through thick and thin, have stuck with the channel over the course of well over a decade, and just make it still worthwhile for them to continue to support. And that extends to Patreon. I always feel like I don't do enough to thank the patrons out there. And in 2026, I'm definitely going to start doing monthly meetups for patrons, where we just kind of shoot the breeze. Would love to do special lobbies for patrons, have a game night or something like that. I think that's probably the next step of interaction and my way of saying thank you to the longtime patrons. But in reality, that's what the Discord is for too. I will semi-frequently go into the voice chat and just hang out with people if there's not too much to do. But the problem is that I'm always usually busy. Here's our Krampus fight. You know what? I'm actually meant to take the negative there. That's what I get for ranting and rambling. Oh, we got Olympic coal. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, I should have taken the negative. We got more options, and that's going to give us a second. That's going to give us a second boss item to pick from, which is going to last one more floor, and then that'll be it. Maybe this is the right way to go. Chaos Zero Nightmares sort of renewed my interest in other gacha games that I've played in the past. One of them in particular is because they are very similar in a lot of different ways. And I swear to you, part of me wants to say that I don't want to go in conspiracies here, but part of me wants to say that there are legitimate signs that the Chaos Zero Nightmare universe is the same as the one in Lobotomy Corporation. There's a lot of similarities. And it's not just because of Korean games either. The themes, the characters, the powers, the sort of techie future apocalypse vibe, the abnormalities, the chaos rifts, and all that stuff. I feel like that we are looking at the far distant future in the same universe that is in the Lobotomy Corporation verse. Which is awesome, because if you've not played or even seen or heard of Lobotomy Corporation, it is in my top 5 games of all time. There's a reason why I did 5 full seasons of that game, and that game helped the channel grow out a lot. I think the playlist on YouTube is at over 2 million views. The playlist. just the playlist. I got in really early on the coverage of that game when it was brand new, thanks to Mathis, who tried it. Mathis did a video on it and then just never played it again. And I picked it up because it looked interesting and I just needed something new to play. And I was kind of taking it as a joke a little bit, just because like, anime, cheap animations. This looks a little wonky, but you know, I'll try it. I just didn't have anything else to play. And then I really, one of the few games I got into the story, the lore with, which I know sounds crazy for me, but the rest is history. I mean, the game is incredible. And then Library of Runa sort of expanded on that, and then Limbus Company did not. For me, anyway. I played a little bit of Limbus Company, and it was a gacha game, which I didn't mind because obviously I love gacha games. But I did not like the combat system in Limbus Company, so I just decided to say, screw it, I'm not playing this. But I've since grown a much better tolerance for the gacha-style wonky combat. And I think it's definitely good to give it another go. Now, what I will say is that out of all the combat systems I've ever played so far in any video game, Lobotomy Corporation Library of Runa has one of the wonkiest, if not the wonkiest. First the Lost. Nice sun card, loser. Focus on you, game. I was going to use it in the chest anyway, so. If we find a Sack Room Shuffle, we can still go to Lamb. Because we have Wafer, and we also have 9 lives. But if you've not seen my Lobotomy Corporation playlist, I implore you to make that a new thing for you. I wouldn't say it's family friendly in the sense of the graphics, the themes of the game is not family friendly. Well, there we go. Right to the Sack Room Shuffle, baby. It feels like the boss is over here too. But yeah, it's one of those series where whenever it was happening, I did not realize it at the time, but I was recording an instant classic for the channel, and then I won't spoil what happens, but there's even a subplot across the Lobotomy Corporation series where I ended up actually doing a little bit of role playing, which I know sounds super cringe from me, but I even went so far to have a little bit of fun with Isaac, because I like making things seem like they're all connected somehow with my videos. You know, it's not like they're a totally separate entity from one another. So what I did was I actually had one of my friends who is a voice actress, Maggie. She did some voices for me to. I forgot about the Sack Room. I get too excited about talking about Lobotomy Corporation. Anyway, my friend Maggie helped me do a little light voice work, and that's how into it I was. So on top of the craziness that was going on with Lobotomy Corporation lore and story and everything, I also got so into it that I wanted to do this sort of IRL ARG type thing where I was letting the Lobotomy Corporation themes and stories leak into the Isaac videos, because that's one thing that's very pervasive across the first game, the Lobotomy Corporation game, where you've got themes, you've got elements of things invading other things. Okay, let's stop getting lit up in this room. How about that? I know we have the wafer and all, but yeah. So I even did this sort of ARG thing where I would put little hidden. Hey, there we go. I put little hidden messages of Lobotomy Corporation in actual Isaac episodes. And some of the things that I did in those episodes, people will have to try to put a playlist together because I don't remember what episodes I did these on at this point. But I would occasionally put in these Korean voiceovers with Korean text that would show up, and it would scare the hell out of people who didn't know what was going on and were only watching. Wow, I did not want to take that Soul Heart. Thank you, game. The people who did not know what Lobotomy Corporation was, and they were just simply Isaac viewers. And every time it would happen, they wondered what was going on. They thought, to the point of some people thought my YouTube account was hacked. Some people thought that there was something weird going on with like splicing or something. Okay, Brimstone, baby. Sure, we'll take both of these just because I'm really disappointed there's not a Guppy item. So if one of the historians of the mosh pit wants to do me a solid, try to find all the episodes that contained the link between Isaac and Lobotomy Corporation. It would have been season 2 of Lobotomy Corporation, or maybe season 3. One of those. I think it was season 2. Like that's how into it I was. And still am. I mean, every time I boot up Chaos Zero Nightmare, it feels like I'm going into Lobotomy Corporation. Another reason why I mentioned the link between the two is because a lot of the game mechanics are the same from the first game. Particularly speaking, the mental breaks that can happen with characters in Chaos Zero Nightmare. It's very, very, very similar in theme. Okay, we've taken way too much damage here. How about we stop talking about other games that isn't Isaac right now, okay? Let's start paying attention because we've lost, even with the wafer, we've lost an unacceptable amount of HP here. That room you kind of have to visualize and imagine where they are based on the movement speed. You can't obviously see them. But our damage, our DPS is not great for this run here. Having Death's Touch and Brimstone definitely helped out, but we are not looking super solid here for damage. Of course, there's nothing for us to really worry about because we have the wafer and 9 lives, but see if we can scale off of the lump of coal effect here. I did use the strength card to give us a little bit of extra HP, but more importantly, give us more damage. There's basically only one other item that scales. Well, I'd say 2. There's 2 other items in the game that scale just as good, if not better, than Brimstone, and that would be C-Section, and most importantly, most prominently, Mom's Knife. Second seed, Golf Kilo, 6 X-Ray, 3 Sierra, 1 6. All we need is a heart or 2 to give us access to the Sack Room Shuffles. Remember, we're only getting dinged for half of a heart here, thanks to the wafer, so this is no big deal. With all these hearts. And don't you give me this soul heart again, game. Uriel. And we get 30 cents. Nice. 30 cents is actually preferable here. They definitely could make a case to where we would not want to take this, so we always have a way to spawn an item pedestal in a sack room, but we don't have a reroll, and it's not that important. We're not going to... There's no Omega run possibility here because we skipped Stanley and Hush and Mega Satan, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, game. All right, look. All right, December. You can chill. You can chill. I like you, but be careful. And Blue Candle is just superior in every which way to Red Candle. It's just better. And it also doesn't power up and Hulk up enemies like it does, like Orange Candle does or Red Candle does. We get Eternal Heart, which thankfully on this run, HP has been plentiful. So is money, honestly. Just need damage. I'm actually gonna take the movement speed, even though we need tears. We've got Brimstone, so we're not at the cap yet, but we're gonna get close. And movement speed is just much more needed right now. Movement speed and damage, specifically. Any sack, and we should go in the curse room here. Okay. Well, I don't think we can hit the razor blade, get the candle, and then also get out. But oh no, we did. We actually got out of there. That's incredible because we gained back that half soul heart. Man, that was a long iframe. So looking for a second guppy item. We've had it since the start. Deck of cards, what are you? Reverse Hermit card, meh. Don't give me deck of cards. I doubt that we're going to really need Blue Candle. Got Wild Card. Interesting. All this money. Yep. And shot speed does not matter, so I guess we'll take this and maybe another trinket. Yeah, Wishbone. It's kind of whatever. We'll take Contract Below, and I guess we'll also take Death's List. Sure. Curse the Blind. Game loves doing that, doesn't it? Let's not waste a full charge. Let's go ahead. Let's just get a full charge. Not get lazy. Full charge. Do that. It's a Moon card, Emperor card, and Emperor. No, Devil card. Devil card. Devil card. Devil card. Hey, yeah. By God. Now, if you're wondering why Death's List failed on Chubb, it's because she is a multi-segmented boss, and for whatever reason, that counts against Death's List. Don't ask me why. I know that we had a wild card there, and I could have gone back for it. Oh, Curse the Lost now. But I can't be bothered. I mean, I could be bothered, then I will be bothered, and I don't want to be bothered. I want to have fun. The range upgrade is going to be very useful for our unlimited range Brimstone attack. Honestly, Safety Scissors is not bad. We will undoubtedly lose the perfection here on this floor. Nice little Poison Brimstone here with Common Cold. Get another Sacrum Shuffle here, and this is going to be the norm right now. You're going to keep playing this with the wafer. There's absolutely no reason not to. Zero reason not to. We've already got Brimstone. We got a couple Premier Devil Deal items. We're not going to get Guppy. I just have a feeling we're just not going to get it at this point. The Trisagion. It's overridden by Brimstone, and I don't think it does anything to our tears rate. It does not. No reason for us to fight the angels. And we get our soul hearts back. Look at us. Yeah, so Trisagion doesn't do anything with Brimstone, which is a little bit disappointing. Since they're both, since it's I think it's in some cases literally called the Holy Brimstone. It'd be nice if it worked kind of like C-Section and Brimstone, where you charge up, you fire, and then there's a bunch of Trisagion beams that kind of come out. And there it goes. We almost got this room. I don't know how. I have no idea how we almost got that room with Death's List. If you're wondering why I'm leaving behind most of these coins, it's just because I'm lazy. If we had Money Equals Power or something like that, I definitely would. But again, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's not really going to have that much of an impact on the rest of this run right now. It could, of course, and that's not the right attitude to play Isaac with. But after a certain point, you kind of know you're going to be just fine. I don't know how we got credit for that. We definitely shot that first mini Duke before anything else. Black Mega Maw. He's Black Mega dead. I am going to take the Tears upgrade this time. Okay, well, we got credit for that too. I think Death's List is having a December moment right now, because they definitely died out of order. I was watching him that time. Fanny Pack paying out well for us here. Remember, we have the Polaroid from the first run, so not to worry about tapping this too much. And we also have the Wafer. The Wafer makes things a lot easier. Synth Oil. 2 or 3 for Spun now. Piece of Spades. Never a big Motorhead fan. Actually, I mean, this might be a little bit of a controversial statement. I wasn't really a huge fan of Lemmy's voice. He definitely had a unique one, but it never stuck with me. You know, it's not like an Ozzy or a James or anything. To me, anyway. But it stuck out. It's memorable for sure. It just wasn't my style of enjoyment. There's a lot of classic rock bands that you sort of, as a metal musician or just a metal lover, you're kind of roped into people thinking that you just by default like them or have to like them. And I just don't. Like, I don't like GNR. I don't like... I actually actively dislike Aerosmith. I do not like Aerosmith. I do not like AC/DC. It's another one of my least favorite bands to hear on the radio. And there are people who will be like, "What? You don't like AC/DC? Get out of our country." No, I'm good. I'm quite happy here. Thank you. Yeah, I have some friends who would riot if I told them that and a couple of them did riot, actually, on the news, if I didn't like Guns N' Roses, which I don't. And of course they've got good songs. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say they're bad musicians or anything. You know, I'll never be anywhere near successful as 1/1,000,000th of them. I just don't like to. It's just not my style of sound. I'm classic rock or whatever you want to call that. Not it. I'd rather listen to. I honestly would rather listen to another genre than some of those bands. I guess we'll take Placenta. My God, it's another Guppy Atom. They do exist. We could take Blood Oath for a nice little damage bonus, but I also don't like Blood Oath, so yeah, we are starting at the opposite end of the world in here. Hoping that we just get an Emperor card. That'd be nice. If there's a claw machine. Not. Here's Ray for Brimstone's looking very healthy. We get a Sun card. Okay, we got mapping. Look at this contract below going nuts here. Honestly, Sack of Pennies is doing an amazing job with deep pockets too, just keeping us fed with just tons and tons of moolah. Wow, some of these shots that we're making with Death's List, I could not replicate even if I try. Like that one right there. I don't know how we got credit for that. Maybe there was a stealth patch and Zombola secretly buffed the forgiveness window of Death's List, because right now we've gained a lot from it. Or maybe it's just December. You know, maybe Isaac's getting in the Christmas mood. Santa Isaac is what they call it. $230. Deep pockets, by the way, is the reason why we have over 100 cents, or I guess 99 cents technically. Also known as $1. So Boss Rush is definitely on the table because we have a chance of getting a teleport card without losing our Sun card. And take the negative for damage. And never mind, because that is a... Wait. Sorry, Sci-Fly. Sometimes I would, but this time I won't. What? That's weird. Get Mucor Mycosis, which is going to give us the totally on hit damage tier effect of the mushroom shot. Okay, game. Did not see what stat we got. I was trying to kind of squeeze through there, but we get a Hierophant card. Yeah, we're just on point with these Death's List procs. Truly, we are. Super Secret Room was south of that room, by the way. I'll show you. It's right, meow. Ah. Because this room existed. I did not know this room was on the map. Right, meow. 3 luck. Hey, Mr. Dolly. And 73% Devil Deal chance, and our window of Gupportunity is slowly closing. As we only have basically one more room, or one more floor to get Guppy. Justice, Hangman, and Empress. Let's stick with the Hierophant cart, just in case we need it. I doubt we will, but you just never know. Got a curse room. Go get our half soul heart back. This has been a A resources aplenty run so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing, December, not gonna lie. This is encouraging here. I don't actually want to play the sack room because I want to see if we can get a guppy item. And the reason why the sack room matters is because it could give us an angel deal chance. And we've gone every wrong way to go. Look at us. Congrats to us. Be an Emperor card in here or mapping or something or nothing. That's fine. And rock right there, even though we've gotten everything we possibly could, except another small rock. Core Mycos is going off here, and we did get Guppy! The Gupster has been found. Tears rate, by the way, if you're wondering what's happening over there on the left side of the screen, as from Epiphora, which goes very well with Brimstone, especially if you have Jello. Which even after the nerf, that combo is still incredible tier here. Well, didn't want to pick up that heart, but we did. Doesn't matter though, we have Guppy, so we've already got flying. Thanks to Guppy. The Guppy will give us flying and also give us the chance for our tiers to spawn those blue flies that you see right there, also known as attack flies. And that is the main reason why the Guppy transformation is so desirable, because of those mulligan flies dealing out so much damage. And yes, they do scale with your base damage, so higher damage, the more fly damage you get out of it. What a run, though. What a good run to start off December with. I'm thoroughly impressed, December. We're 1 for 1 for Guppy transformations. We had incredible luck. And we get to start off with my favorite item, Brimstone. Well, we didn't start off with it, but we start off the month with my favorite item, Brimstone. Oh, mercy. We got Eve's Mascara. And any damage woes that we had is no longer a thing. Yeah. That is a shellacking of damage. Right, I'm using the word shellacking as a unit of measurement. That's how much damage we're dealing to these scrubs here. Remember, what I just got done saying, our flies scale with our damage. So the more damage that we are doing, the more that we have on paper, the more damage that our flies are doing. And Eve's Mascara gives us a huge, huge leg up on damage. Now we're just absolutely bodying the rest of this run, and I couldn't be happier. Because I feel like it's been a while since we've had just a powerful run. Maybe not a new style run, but definitely it's been a bit. And we've gone the wrong way. Days since Invicta went to the 0 dead ends. 0. Okay. Watch that last room that we skipped out there. That's going to be the only way. Well, I guess we're going to find out because there's a circle over here. Yep. Well, Monstro, come on down. Okay, never mind. All right. Game wants to make sure that we're padding out our runtime, I see. Surely this is the right way. The other way wouldn't make any sense. Hey, look at us. So thank you for watching, everybody. What a way to start off December here with a very strong run. Capped off by a Guppy transformation. And it looks like we're going to have a fun time for this December. Remember, if this video hits 2,000 likes or more, we will be starting off Missing No Week beginning on Sunday, so 6 days from now. And I'm looking forward to it. I know we're going to hit it this week, so let's make it happen. Let's make it this video. Why not? Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a great day, everybody. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Status Calamitos, Nathan Trumbo, Bradley Schoenheid, Tim Walker, and Kevin Lay. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.